First and foremost, I'd like to introduce myself, man. I go by Yogi Lokes. You already know my co-host, James the Juggernaut, brother. So, how you doing today?
Shit, I'm good, man. It's better today than I was a couple days ago. Shit.
Hell yeah. How you guys been going down there? I seen a couple fast food places, man, have been working nonstop to like deliver pizzas, do takeout orders, shit like that. Like, because I hear some places were shut down.
Yeah, bro. Like, it ain't just the cold weather, man. It's like, the fact that no power and no water and shit like that makes it hard for everybody to function, even the restaurants. You know what I mean? Because everybody uses power and water. You know what I'm saying? So, but down here, I stay in Corpus Christi, which I'm all the way down in the southern tip of Texas. So we didn't get it, I guess, as bad as like San Antonio, Houston, and North Texas, but we still got affected by the water and the power outages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my homeboy DJ Kane from Cumbia Kings. We
Yeah, I
know
know Kane.
Yeah. He said because he's out in San Antonio.
That's where he stays at. Yeah.
Yeah, and we just did a record together, and his studio was in and out, electricity, shit. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And Corpus, man, I love Corpus, man. I got friends down there. I've been down there a couple times as an artist and shit. Corpus is a beautiful place, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Shit, I'm born and raised out here, bro. So, you know, uh, I know all about Corpus. A lot of people come down here to go fishing or whatever. We ride on the water, man. So, that's the main thing to do out here.
For
yeah.
sure. Well, let's
Straight
go.
up, I've never even been down there at all, dog. I was born in Cali, raised in Washington my whole life, and I've been a couple places in the U.S., but I never been to Texas, man. So I fucking geological fucking illiterate, I guess you could say.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, I tell you what, man. A lot of people, like a lot of my Cali folks, man, they come down here to Texas and shit. They ended up staying down here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Gold Toes and Lil Raider and Bash, and they all live down here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard everybody listens to Joe Rogan and they're like, fuck it, let's move to Texas and shit.
I mean, I lived in the Bay Area, man, for about 12 years, bro. So I lived in the both worlds too. And I mean, Cali's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's just, it's expensive, bro. It's and just to me is, I mean, shit, it's crowded out here too, man. But shit, I'm in the country, bro. Like I got a house out here in the country. I live on 3 acres. So, I mean, I grew up in the city, I grew up in the hood and all that, but out here, I just find peace out here, bro. And I love it out here. You know what I'm saying? So I bought me a house over here, 3 acres. I'm a little bit outside of Corpus. I'm only like 15 minutes outside of Corpus. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, like even Ryder hit me up or whatever, told they like to come out here because they like the fact that they can come out here and pop off guns in the back, and I do whatever the fuck I want out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
That's dope, man. Fucking yeah, Texas is definitely on the move in these next couple of years, man. We have to head down there to do some shit down there. So what's that vibe like? How was it growing up right there in Corpus? Tell us a little something about yourself, Let
I mean,
people know.
Corpus is it's smaller than Houston, San Antonio, but like just growing up out in Corpus, like, I mean, to me, it was just like, man, this is all I ever knew. I never wanted to leave Corpus. I never wanted to, it was all I knew out here. The way things are out here, is the only thing I known. And like, I noticed one thing out of living here and living in Cali, because I lived in Cali. I lived at the Crest, bro. So my pops moved out there to Cali, and I was kind of doing bad out here after high school, so I moved with him, and we ended up in the Crest, and I didn't even know where I was at. I just knew I was in California. Then I started being more aware of my surroundings and realizing, like, shit, I'm right here in Mac Dre's neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So that's and it just basically I went from one hood to the next. But I can tell you this: the poverty down here is way worse than California. Like, to me, the hood in California and the Crest, that shit was nice to me. Like, the houses were nice. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know I was in the hood. Like, y'all call this the hood shit, because where I come from, the fucking houses are falling apart, you know what I'm saying? Like holes in the goddamn roof. And, you know, that's the kind of shit that I'm used to seeing. That's how I grew up. You know what I mean? So like, it's way different, bro. Like I guess it's maybe just the dirty, just down here in the South, like compared to over there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like I look at it now, I'm like, damn, I don't even know how they let people live and shit like this. You know what I mean? But so, you know, but as far as, you know, vibe and everything, I just loved it. You know what I mean? Just being by the water and whatnot. And, you know, but I just got a whole different lifestyle moving to California and seeing what it's like over there. You know what I mean? And just the way they do things out there. Is, over here, you got your Mexicans, blacks, and whites, bro. That's it. Over there in California, man, I'm surrounded by a little bit more different, you know, different nationalities, bro. I got Filipino homies now, Usos, and you know what I'm saying? Just it's different, a whole different crowd of people.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure. So it's interesting that you know, growing up in Texas and then California. What do you think as far as music goes? I mean, because there's a big difference as far as the musical style, the way the beats are, the production. So you being an artist working with both Texas artists and California artists, what do you think the biggest differences is in between those styles and the comparisons?
Man, I say like, well, back whenever I was first starting out with the music, the hyphy thing was real active. You know what I'm saying? That shit kind of died down a little bit, but like it's just different. Like, you know, if you take like the E40 type of artist, he be on some, you know, on some hustler mentality type of music. But then like I done music with a lot of the you know, I guess the Norteños, so they're on more on like a gangbanging type of shit. You know what I mean? And out here in Texas, we don't really, the artists that I mess with, like Lucky Luciano and GT Garza and all them, we're not on that gangbanging shit. You know what I mean? We just talk more like same deal, kind of on a hustler type of level. So there's a little difference there. You know what I mean? Out here in Texas, they ain't really tripping too much on the red or blue, you know, anymore. You know what I mean? And maybe they still are. I ain't been around it. But I noticed in California that you know the gangster shit, the gangbanging music is still pretty active. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try not to involve myself too much in it because, you know, that's just not my background. I hang with niggas that bang, but I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying?
And so, how has that affected you as an artist? Then it's interesting that you mentioned that because that's something we noticed too. You've worked with Big Tone, you worked with Lil Raider, Baby Bash on,
right.
on that song "Living Legacy," which is a great record. You know, but working with, you know, predominantly Norteno rappers, has that affected you and with working with other artists?
I mean, not really, because I just feel like me as an artist, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna work with who I want. So if I wanted to work with, let's just say, King Lil G, then I would do that. You know, I met King Lil G. We've been side by side in goddamn, you know, in the club or whatever, but we've never been on that level to work together. But if I felt like I wanted to do that, I'm gonna do that, you know. But at the same time, uh, you know, being around Gold Toes, being around Big Tone, and doing songs with these guys, you know, I developed a big, I guess, you know, that fan base that comes with them. You know what I mean? That style of music. I have developed that fan base, but I'll be the first to let somebody know that, you know, yeah, I'm affiliated, you know, because I mess with these dudes. These dudes are cool dudes. They always show me love, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a banger like that because I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm from Texas, and I think that's why I've always, you know, a lot of people think that I am, but because of who I deal with, but it just worked out like that. You know, I'll be the first to tell somebody if they ask me, hey, you know, hey man, I don't, you know, I got a lot of homies that do bang like that, and you know, like Raider. I mean, you know, that's a, you know, everybody knows that's his background, but at the same time, like that's a homie of mine. That's family. You know what I'm saying? Our families hang out together. So, you know, but as far as a whole, you know, so I don't bang like that. You know, you know, I've just done music with them and it just worked out like that. You know what I mean?
For sure. No, that's dope, man. That's It's dope that you can have an open mind when it comes to music, even though you've worked with Big Tone and Little Raider. If you had the opportunity, you'd work with an artist like King Lil G, man. That's a lot of respect right there. You know, a lot of artists will kind of align themselves, even if they don't bang, to work with a certain group of individuals just because they have that fan base now, and they have that following, and they don't want to lose it. So, you know, hats off to you, brother. You know, for you
Yeah,
being
hell
willing
yeah.
to work,
And you know,
being willing to be versatile.
yeah, I mean, shit, like you mentioned Kane. I mean, I got a video with DJ Kane. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I got a song with DJ Kane. I got a song with MC Magic. You know, I got, let's see, um, you know, there's a couple artists from LA, Glasses Malone, that I got songs with. I don't really think any Latinos from LA, but anyway, yeah, you know, so like I said, I mean, if I want to do a song with some artist or whatnot, you know, I feel like I can do that, you know, and I might get a little backlash, but that's just something you got to, as an artist, you just got to get ready. Hey, people are not going to like everything you do, bro. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. And by working like all around, you feel like you've developed like different fan bases and like a lot of places you probably wouldn't expect it from, just from being so open minded and being able to work with different crowds.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, like this last video I just put out, because I have been taking a little break from the music or whatever, and I put out this last song, and it's called Country Folk. Of course, I got Raider on it, but if you hear that song and you don't know me or Raider, you wouldn't know anything about Raider's background as banging, or my background as you know, just being a street hustler. You're gonna hear just, oh shit, these dudes from the country, and they having fun in the country, and that's what you're gonna hear. You know what I mean? Because we both stepped out of our comfort zone. But you know, that's just kind of the shit we are right now. Kind of type of level I am right now. You know, me and Raider put out an album, Slightly Pimpish, and you can hear my raps on there. That's the type of shit that I was doing at that time. I was, you know, fucking around with different girls and making a whole bunch of money. Now it's different, bro. I'm married. I got a son. I stay out here in the country, and we just do. I do shit that I enjoy doing, and now I'm just making music about it. You know what I mean? So I'm not on that same type of shit no more. And you have to be able to change as an artist, bro. You can't. I can't sit here and be talking about, you know, shooting you up, this and that, boom, boom, when I ain't even trying to do none of that no more. You know what I mean? That's the old me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, you just that's how I feel. I feel like you can't stay the same all the time and talk about the same shit when you know you ain't even doing the same shit. I just, to me, that's not keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they say they want the old you, then listen to the old album, right?
Exactly.
Nah, yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
heard you got a song with like King Little G too. Was that like you think like him being from the South also, you think that was like more like similar styles to, but or was it easy
No, no,
to
no.
adapt
With
like with
King,
that?
yeah, no, King Little G. I don't have a
Oh,
song with
shit,
King
my
Little
bad.
G.
I
I
meant
was
Cap
saying
G,
that.
dog. Fuck, I fucked up. My bad.
Oh, Cap
I meant
G.
Cap G, dog. My bad.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cap G, man. I got Cap G on about 2 or 3 songs. Yeah. Um. See, that's somebody that, you know, I had got him on something kind of at a time where he had already had features with Jeezy or whatever and Ti or whatever, but he wasn't. I guess he's a little bit bigger now, but at that time we just two artists coming up. He's from Atlanta, and I was digging his music, and so we made it happen. I went to Atlanta uh, to shoot the video with him, and then when he came down to Texas, I got him in the studio for another song. So yeah, it just two Latinos on the rise, you know what I'm saying, and we both from the South, and I feel like it would be pretty cool, man, to link up with them, and we made some pretty good music. We got a song called Andale, and then we got a song, the Warrior song that was on World Star and shit. So yeah, man, I mean, same thing. Like I said, I don't. If I feel a vibe, man, and I feel like we can make a good song, I mean, I make it happen. It just, to me, it doesn't matter, bro. I just want to make good music. That's all.
Hell yeah. So I got a question, man. So being from Texas, born and raised, there's a lot of things going on as far as are you familiar with Mo3?
Oh yeah.
So Mo3 recently, unfortunately, lost his life not too long ago, and Boosie was down there for I think it was his vigil or he recently lost his life. And Boosie got shot. He survived. So how do you feel about Texas politics? And with him being a blood, he also had a lot of beef with an artist named Yellow Beezy. There was talks about them. Well, they did fight at some point. Yellow Beezy jumped his manager, and Mo3 went on saying, "Hey, that ain't gangster, bro," because that cat wasn't even G to begin with. You guys just targeted small fry type shit. So how do you feel about that, man? Him losing his life and Boosie and all that.
Man, I just think it's unfortunate, man. I mean, that kind of stuff can happen anywhere. And the thing is when you start getting when you start getting that fame like that, there's always somebody trying to bring you down, man. And I mean, look what happened to Selena. That's right here in my own city. Yeah. I mean, Selena was at a prime, bro. And that jealousy, that greed, it sets in, and a lot of people don't know how to handle it. And then Mo3 had been beefing with Beezy, bro, for a long time. And Boosie didn't. From what I understand, Boosie didn't. He didn't know that he had to beef like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But maybe it wasn't none of Boosie's business. I don't know. But Boosie wasn't look like, hey, tell me about your problems. Boosie was looking at some money. You know what I'm saying? He even said it. I mean, he signed Mo3 because he's like, shit, the boy we can get some money. So, and down here in Texas, just like anywhere else, I mean, shit funky, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, down here in Texas, the gun laws, I mean, I can carry people anywhere I go. You know what I mean? So where it's a little harder to move around like that in Cali, but down here it's like, it's grimy and you just gotta watch it, man. And that's part of the reason why I'm out here in the country, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's where I stay at. And I'm out here and I'm just, trying to be more at peace with my family and myself because God knows all the things I done did in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just the price that you gotta pay when you come in the game beefing, bro. Like that's something I never wanted for myself, just to be watching my back everywhere I go. And that's something I feel like Mo3 had to do because he was just as at fault, bro. I mean, he get on the internet every time and be talking the most shit. And the thing is like, instead of trying to find ways to, make some peace of it, I feel like they was both just going hard until somebody got killed, bro.
Okay, so yeah, back on topic. So, I mean, Texas, man, Texas had a lot of beef throughout the years, man. You had the Chameleonaire, Paul Wall. You had Slim Thug, Zero Trey. A lot of these artists who started out from what I know, they came up together. I mean, Swisher House was, not the label, but it was the label for a lot of these artists. Chameleonaire, Mike Jones, Slim Thug, Paul Wall. I mean, Michael Watts put a lot of these artists on, and I think it was the Unity. Do you know about some of the history on why some of these cats may have beefed together and how it affected Texas music? Because and from my opinion, brother, up until recently with like a Yellow Beezy and a Mo3 and a handful of others, I haven't really seen too many artists hit that. You know what I'm saying? That bow. There is a
Mike Jones level.
Yeah, well, there's an artist who came out of Corpus. There is an artist who came out of Corpus recently. He has a record called 24K. It's on the radio. He's featured on it. I forget the guy's name, but other than that, that's kind of what I've heard so far is like a Yellow Beezy Mo3.
Well, I mean, the artist you talking out of Corpus might be Ian Dior.
Yeah.
Is it Ian Dior?
Yeah, that's the cat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some of these guys that come out of Corpus, man, I never met them, never heard of them. They don't really rep they're not from the streets. They don't rep Corpus like that, where they're making noise here and then blow up. I think it's one of them things where he, he's a young cat. He probably just, went out there to Cali and I don't know. I can't really call it, but if you talk about Corpus, you're talking about an artist like I'm talking about Flatline, like somebody like that came out of Corpus, from the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, as far as the beef goes, bro, I don't really know exactly, why Slim Thug and Zero was beefing or Paul Walker Millionaire. I don't really know exactly why each one was beefing, but a lot of them, Pimp C, man, Pimp C, really, really calmed the storm, bro, on a lot of them guys, bro. He was trying to tell motherfuckers like, man, y'all gotta unite. Let's get this money, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's winning right now. But there's been a lot of artists from Texas. Blummy Chameleon there was one of them. Paul Wall was, is another one. They just already, I guess you could say, had their time where and now they already, kind of, they're still doing their thing. They just ain't popping like that no more. I mean, as an artist, bro, you go up, then you just come down. That's all there is to it. I mean, you don't go up and stay up. You go up, you get up there for a little bit, and then it's time for the next little young hot artist to come in and do his thing.
For sure. I mean, me personally, I guess I can kind of agree and disagree with that as far as depending on the artist. I mean, like to me, there'll never be another Slim Thug. There'll never be another Paul Wall. You know what I'm saying? There'll never be another. We got a few Mike Joneses here and there, but they'll never do it like Mike Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just a consistency within the artists and stuff like that, and and also the times, man. I mean, when cats like them blew up, that was like early 2000s, mid 2000s. Like social media wasn't as hot as it was now back then. So like now, like yourself, you've hit a million views on YouTube, at least once or twice from what I've seen, and you got to think, a million records sold back in the day, is a big deal because that was hand CDs. That was a million people going and buying that shit. Not the streams versus sales. I think has done a lot to it too. Because A&Rs and record labels looking at streams now versus what you would have, like what you said about Corpus, how the one artist may have blew up and he didn't have the grind that you would, and your peers where you're from, to where they would have blew up maybe back in the day if the CD sales and the hand-to-hand hustle was still on point as it should be, versus he looks good, he has a little following, let's blow him up real quick. I think that could probably contribute to it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. So,
and kind of like to add to that real quick, like I know that you've like how you said how like artists go up and down and shit all the time, and like from seeing that your line of work, you've been working since like probably, when was your first album dropped? Maybe around like 2010, 2008 or something?
Yeah,
first
like
album?
2010, my first album was Texas to Cali Up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then so like, how do you do it? Like, how do you do it to like stay motivated? Because like how James was saying, like a lot of the money from handing out CDs physically is not there no more. It's more like streams. But how do you do it to just like keep moving and shit? Because you've looked like you've dropped shit pretty consistent throughout the years. So how do you do it to stay motivated? Is it just the love for the game, or you feel like it's that moment of time that a Latino artist blows up? Because you're Chicano yourself, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? And when I took a little break off everything, because I just got back on Instagram again, bro. And I was at a point where when I was dropping Hustlers Relate and dropping all those albums. First of all, I was single, and I was hustling hard. I was doing a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And I was pushing real hard. You know what I mean? And then I caught me a case, bro. I caught me a Fed case. So I kind of chilled off the music. I got off social media because of the fact that, well, in my mind, I just felt like, hey, out of sight, out of mind. Them feds was watching all of my social medias, bro, watching all of my videos. I mean, they even knew the pistol that was in one of my videos. They seen it and found it in my house, and they already knew everything. So, that kind of turned me off. But at the same time, so I got off of social media for a little bit. But when I got off, I just was dealing with real life shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to really just, I chilled off the game a little bit, the music game. I ended up getting with my girl, and she ended up getting pregnant. So, I started, just focusing more on okay, I got a kid now, bro. I got a future. I got to get my kid's future right. You know what I mean? So it's hard to juggle all of that. You got your real family going, you got real family things. Then I got a federal case that I'm dealing with, and I got my music career that I got to keep pushing. So like I said, I wasn't. So I guess you could say right now, where I'm at right now, I'm trying to find the fun back in it because I wasn't really having fun with it no more. I mean, um, I was like, man, I gotta make a next hit. I'm too busy competing with these other little rap dudes, man, and trying to like, oh well, I gotta make the next fucking hit. I gotta, to where now, and I was stressing myself out. I'm busy trying to make the radio hit. I gotta go here. I'm flying to New York. I gotta fly to Florida. It's a lot of people don't know, bro. It's not just going in the studio, making a song, put it in on YouTube and letting it blow up. Like I was really doing a lot of footwork, with Gold Toes and even on my own, I'd be in Atlanta, I'd be doing this and networking and boo boo boo. So I guess you could say now, like I chose to calm down. I chose to find the fun back in it. I want to do music because I want to have fun with it. Like the little country song I put out, that's something I wanted to do. That's not something I feel like is gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna have fun doing it. I'm gonna involve my family, and I want to find the fun back in. I remember when I used to get fucking high and shit, and then start freestyling, and that's where I started with all this music stuff. Now it's like, and then my boy Flatline died, so it's like it's been hard to find that motivation. I'll tell you that right now, bro. So like now, I wait till, I just, find a song that I'm excited about doing. I'll just maybe hear a beat or get an idea, and then I'll go to the studio and make it happen. You know what I mean? Or something like that, rather than, man, I got to be in the studio, all day, every day, and I got to make at least 2-3 songs a day and just keep putting songs out. Like that's the way I was working. But now with a family and everything, I just kind of chilled out a little bit. I feel like, I was just going real hard, bro, and it's just hard trying to manage everything. And at the end of the day, man, you got to do what makes you happy, bro. At that point, when I was doing that, that was making me happy, I guess, until after a while, this started becoming a stressful job. Like, if I want a job, I'll go to fucking work 9 to 5. I don't want a job to where I got to, you know what I mean? Because like I said, it was a lot. It takes a lot, bro, to manage everything,